Let's put it over there for now. Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another live commentary. This is of another Ernest movie. This is the one for Halloween because it's October 3rd, and that is Ernest Scared Stupid from 1991 or 1992, around there. It was in the early 90s. I think it was 92 because it was a year after Goes to Jail. Yeah, and it's really funny. It's one of my favorites. It's in my top 3. That's not saying much because after like this one, it gets very mixed, and then the last movie was terrible. But let's get to it. It's about 90 minutes long. It doesn't say the running time, so let's get started. It's about 90, like an hour and 28 minutes. Here we go. It's the opening with the music. With all that stock footage, yeah. I watch this every year. It's a Halloween tradition of mine. They show the giant Gila monster, the atomic brain, the crawling eye, the hideous sun demon. There's a lot of old monster movies here. The robot monster, the killer shrews. All these movies that were recommended. Yes, Josh. All of these B movies from the 1940s and the 50s, because they're low budget films that don't look like The Asylum. They look better than any $200 million budget horror movie now. Oh, and Nosferatu, the first Dracula movie in black and white. Oh. It's a pretty creepy opening for a PG, comedy from the 1990s. Coke Sam's, yeah. There's Nosferatu, man. One of the oldest horror movies to ever live. That's a hideous sun demon. Yeah, not the Wolfman, because that was copyrighted. This is a Columbia Pictures. Budget does not matter to me. What matters is the plot, characters, and the actors that are portraying it. Just saying, this summer was living proof of that. This opening is awesome. I remember that crawling eye. I saw it on Mystery Science Theater. That was the screaming skull. That movie was so dumb, but it's a movie for its time. And dead. Now we get to the flashback. Briarville, Missouri, long ago. Period piece. There's a reason that this movie is people watch it for almost every Halloween. This and Nightmare Before Christmas, Hocus Pocus. It's a tradition, yeah. Raw, and the trolls look amazing in this movie. Same makeup effects guy, the Kyoto brothers, that did Killer Clowns from Outer Space. To this new world, it's stolen our children. City shall be buried. Which must never be disturbed. Also, his voice, that voice is really, really scary. And yes, there's black people in this movie. These were slaves that were free, Josh, because it's Missouri. It's not like, the deep South. Yeah, why didn't you kill him? Yeah, that would have made the movie make sense. Just a suggestion. The kids are good actors in this movie. Kenny, Elizabeth, and yes, the kid's name is Kenny, like in South Park. The kid that almost dies in every episode. You have Kenny, Elizabeth, and Joey, who's the Harry Potter of this movie, except he dies. He's the first to go. We know. Hey there, John. This movie is fun for what it is. Plus, Disney should not touch this movie because they should not be remade. No, it should not be remade, and don't you dare edit it because there's nothing to edit here. Yes, it's a troll that steals children. You're. It's a movie that can't be made today because of how overly sensitive people are with children. Yeah, the school teacher. She's from Ernest goes to jail, and it would get dumber and dumber and dumber. Rim shots in this one too. He gets turned into wood. So if you haven't seen this movie, there's some spoilers. The dog is so cute. At least we got a dog like them in the mask, Milo. At least his name is not Rim Job. Plus, in this one, Ernest gets to be a hero and doesn't almost die like in the last film. Am I going to do Ghost of Camp? I'll do it next year because I have a lot to look forward to in October. I want to do more, adult horror films, not just the kids stuff. This week I just wanted to do the kids stuff, because it's the beginning of October. No, don't take my hand in the gear. I'll send them a nice card. I love that laugh. I'm gonna outlive Jim Varney because I don't smoke or vape. Also, I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I want to keep myself clean. I'm almost 40, so I want to behave. This girl was in an episode of Third Rock from the Sun. Yeah, she worked with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. They said this movie he doesn't have any energy. I'm like, no, it's the last one that was in theaters in the U.S. because the next Ernest movies will be released in Canada or direct to video here in the States. But hey, what a way to go out, right? It's better than in the army where it's not funny, it's gross, it's mean spirited, and I don't like the actors in it. Most of the actors are wasted, or I don't care. There's a bunch of South African actors pretending to be Middle Eastern, and it doesn't work. South Africa is not in the Middle East, right? Egypt is, Saudi Arabia is, Morocco is, and these other places. Yeah, this is the mayor who's he was in Ghost of Camp. He was the main camp not counselor, but he was the main the host of the camp. A man above the law. No, nobody's above the law, Ernest. Not you or even cops. Because there's other Ernest movies I want to do too. Ghost to Africa, Slam Dunk, but I could do them on Black History Month or something. This movie's funny. Yeah, Hackmore, or the late great Eartha Kitt, who I love and I miss a lot. She was Yzma, the only actress to play Yzma in Emperor's New Groove, Kronk's New Groove, and the Emperor's New School TV show. Hmm. And I don't want a reboot of Ernest either, Disney. Don't you dare touch it. This is Touchstone. It's the same company that Disney owns. That's why Ernest Saves Christmas is on Disney Plus, but the other ones are not for some reason. I guess rights issues. I don't know. Some of them are on Tubi or Crackle or Peacock or uh, Pluto TV. Hmm. I love the music in this movie too. Da-na-na-na-na. It's a lot of organ music in the movie. It's a lot of atmosphere. You can't take that for granted, especially in movies now where the movies have forgettable soundtracks or scores. There she is. Huh. He's not a kid. He's a grown man. You will bring out the curse on us all. I miss her voice, man. See, these movies were more progressive having black people in it because it's not forced. Disney. That's why your movies tank. Elemental didn't make $1 billion like Finding Dory. Massive screaming flesh. I love her, man, so much. And she's a major character. She's not a cameo in this movie. She's a supporting character. And these are pretty much the Harry Potter kids when you think about it. You have the glasses girl and the chubby guy with the dark hair. Yeah, that's Ron, Hermione, and Harry. That's what it always reminds me of. When there's two boys and a girl, especially with glasses. That's what reminded me in Cruella. Like Cruella, Horace, and Jasper reminded me of those two of those three as well. Because they're British. That's kind of why. And also they're two men and a woman. Plus, this movie's short. It's not 2 hours and 20 minutes. And these are like the what was it? Was it Draco Malfoy and those other bullies in Harry Potter? Those two fat kids. I forgot what their names were. I'm sick of these Stephen King bullies in movies. In 1990, fine, but in 2024, I don't need that. I don't need that in the next Marvel movie or DC movie or anything. Leave bullies out of this. Bullying is wrong now. You can get jail time for it. That's too much, Ernest. Here comes his multiple personality. Plus one. All right. Ruler. Oh, wait, it's just, He's doing a lot of, cosplay. Ah! We're the Ottomans, and you're not. I'm afraid. Yeah, the American flag. Next Monday is Columbus Day, so I'm not going to do a horror film that day. I'll just do something different. Not everything is going to be a horror movie, but mostly it's going to be horror, except Columbus Day, because it's Thanksgiving in Canada. Trees. It's Botswanians, lend me your tree. Tree in Botswana. I know I in Botswanian Dr. Jack, and I ain't never had a child. Cause we're the Animals. Ah! I love these movies so much. It's nostalgia, but early nostalgia. It's hard to play multiple characters in a movie for a few seconds, by the way. This isn't Tyler Perry where he's doing multiple characters and it's not funny. Yeah, this is when they go into a treehouse. You know, like when Ron, Hermione, and Harry go into the woods. They do that a lot in the films. When they're not in school, disintegrator beams. Nah, too much space. Too many termites. You know, inhabited. This would be like if Harry Potter had a Southern accent and not a British accent. Well, he's the only one that has it. The other two kids don't. This is neat. I would love these kids to come to a convention and go to like a rescreening of this movie at the Animal Draft House so they could sign this for me. That'd be amazing. Because Jim Varney can't because he passed away, but and Earth the Kid. But the kids are still alive. Hmm. They're like in their 40s now. But hey, I treat every celebrity like a king and queen that I like. Most of the Ernest films are quotable, yeah, but you know which one's not? In the Army, because it's disgusting. He literally is chewing on this candy that's so chewy that he spits it in a guy's face and almost suffocates him. That's hilarious, right? No, that's not funny. Trying to kill somebody, by accident is not funny. That's called manslaughter. You saw the puppy? The puppy's cute. Yeah, this looks like the tree from Fern Gully. Remember? No, it's not, Ernest. Sorry. Did you see Fern Gully, which came out around the same time as this? Yeah. Let me see. 1991. Yeah. 2 years ago was the 30th anniversary. So because Surf Ninjas just had its 30th anniversary, and there was there was a screening, a private screening in California a few days ago. Yeah, he's waking him up. Its roots will be his prison, which must never be disturbed. Yeah, it's like me when I'm sleeping. I don't want people because I had these DVDs, but I had this one and this one on DVD before, but this was full screen and this one had a bad transfer. This one's a much better transfer because I had that one for years. Just I want to keep it because Ghost of Camp is impossible to find by itself now. It's hard. And the kids could build a treehouse by themselves because it was the 90s. There was a lot of tree houses in 90s films. Home Alone, this movie. Uh, I think Dennis the Menace had a treehouse too. The first Dennis the Menace movie. And even Drake and Josh was a 2000 show, and that had a treehouse in it too. Hey Arnold episodes also had a treehouse in it too. I've never been inside of a treehouse. I've been in a basement, attic, kitchen, backyard, but never. Waro. A world of trees, and you had to pick this one again, like Avatar. Why are they attacking the Navi? They want their giant tree because there's a source in it. Flee this evil place. Flee! She's great, man. She is much better than Maz from The Force Awakens. They will return. I love that smoke machine too. That they have atmosphere in this movie. How can you call this movie bad when it's got more atmosphere than any comedy that came out this year on Netflix? Any comedy, whether it's for kids or for adults, because there's no CGI in this movie. None. Not one bit of CG. Both of these kids, yeah, they have a redemption story, but it's after they get turned to dolls. Well, one of them gets turned into a doll anyway, because the other one joins Kenny at the end. Da, 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 da. Yep, pizza in your face. That was the NES Zapper controller, but backwards. They use it for the yeah. Eat it. Boom. Uh. They got him. Yeah. See, three people, and they're all likable. Even though Joey is his time is very limited in this movie until he doesn't show up again until the end of the film. Don't shoot. I'm on your side. Yeah, I love this movie so much. Any movie that I own can get signed at a convention, and I will never apologize for it. And Trolls and magic spells. Trolls is cute. It's a cute franchise with very colorful and good songs and mostly good characters. The second movie was just too crowded. And walks like this. I know, because it's the youngest. Once you let a troll out, they're going to attack you. Halloween's in 4 weeks from today. Puts his hand on a tree. Tree like this. 3.5 weeks, actually. Well, 28 days. Yeah, that's about 4 weeks from now. A lot, Ernest, because he's the villain of the movie, and he has a whole army of trolls. People on the internet, these incels that think they're going to bring down Brie Larson because if the Marvels flops, that's the end of Brie's career. No, it's not, because she's going to appear in the next Marvel movie. I hope Shay Ashter will be at Comic-Con. I don't know who that is. I didn't see this movie till 1992 when my sister was born, because it was when I was a kid. How much did this movie make at the box office? It was in theaters, yeah. Oh, Shay Astor, that's Elizabeth, yeah. I didn't know her name. Yeah, it came out October 1991. I didn't see it till 1992. It did modest. It made 14 million. Disney opted not to continue the franchise, making it this the fourth and final Ernest to be released under the Disney label. The next film, Ernest Rides Again, was independently distributed, was a box office bomb as the final Ernest to be released in theaters in the U.S. The rest of them were released direct to video, and Goes to School went to theaters in Canada. The opening credits has Nosferatu, White Zombie, Phantom from Space, The Brain from Planet Auris, The Screaming Skull, Missile to the Moon, The Hideous Sun Demon, The Giant Gila Monster, The Killer Shrews, Battle Beyond the Sun, and The Little Shop of Horrors, the original Little Shop of Horrors. They were expecting this movie to make as much as a Disney movie. Like, at the time, the newest Disney movie was, I think it was Beauty and the Beast, and that was a massive hit. It's still a hit to this day. The original Disney version of Beauty and the Beast, not the remake that we got a couple years ago. It wasn't making these box office, but nowadays some comedies don't even make 5 million in the box office. Look at Bottoms, that made 11 million worldwide. I told you it's a discount book smart. In that movie, both characters are gay. Yeah, and it added nothing. People are tired of that. It's pandering 101. I do like the black girl in Mutant Mayhem, but not there. And yes, the troll can mimic people's voices, like the Predator. Mm-hmm. Would be Harry Potter gets he's the first one to turn into wood. It's a great effect. These effects still hold up really well, better than any CGI goblins we're going to see in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, where they're not dwarves and whatever. Great big teeth. It is a troll. No, the milk scared it away. So she asked her, yeah, that she was in an episode of Third Rock from the Sun. I would love to meet her because she still acts every now and then. Yeah, because I keep my DVDs. At Comic Con they're not allowed to sign. They're allowed to sign physical stuff. They can't sign a hard drive on a computer or a digital copy. That's why it's good to keep these because they can touch them and they can see them and they're easy that they just scribble right there. There you go. Posters, movie books, uh, toys. I don't want them to sign my computer. I don't want markers on my computer. Enjoy this movie. Josh hasn't showed up yet, but if she went to Comic Con, I would bring this DVD, but she's not. Roll, my children. Roll. It sounds like crow gung. Roll, roll, roll. You're accursed. We know. It was huge. Great big headed, little tiny baby eyes. Great big noses. No, a big nose is a good thing, Ernest. Look at Caitlin Deaver. Her nose is a gem. He's doing a duck face. George, you changed all that. There's a troll, yeah. He's not a vampire, Ernest. He's a troll. That doesn't work. This doesn't work on a. It works on a vampire, like rain. My dark kingdom will come again. There is one who could stop me if he will dare, with the heart of a child and a mother's care. Yeah. Me? Stop that thing? Wrong. End of the line. 8th level Mario Brothers. I know that reference. It's the hardest level in Mario Brothers 1. That's so racist. The great redneck hope. Don't worry, Josh. You're not white. It won't offend you. Evan, don't take this personally either. The great redneck hope. That's funny. The dog, you heard it? Yeah, this Chuck doesn't come back in this movie. Garland Sardin did another film instead. Instead, it was another guy named Tom who never came back after this movie. Bobby comes back. The trolls are coming. The trolls are coming. Man, we got a situation here. They're for the worst. The trolls are coming. The trolls are coming. I know, Ernest. The trolls are coming. This movie should be on Disney Plus. This guy, he's not in the film that much. Tom, Tulip Brothers, his big brother. He's too southern. Like he has a cowboy hat and everything. I'm like, yeah, but this is some filler scene. Tom never comes back. At least they made a new character because they knew Carly Sarton wasn't going to come back. Trolls. Get it? They're from the South. Oh, don't worry, they're from Missouri, Josh, not Tennessee. There's no stereotypes here, that are they're gonna. There's black kids in this movie, but they're not main characters except for Eartha Kitt. She's great in the movie. I love her. I miss her a lot. Who's the guy that plays Tom? I never saw him act again. John Cadenhead. Cadenhead? Yeah, he died in 2002. He was from Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. And Boys Don't Cry. That's the last movie I saw him in. He was always also on UHF. His last movie was a short called 60 Cups of Coffee. Yeah, he only did a couple of films after this. Steele's Law. Plus Tax. And by the way, he could afford that because he's a garbage man. Garbage men make a lot of money. I just don't like working at night. That's why I don't want to be a garbage man. Plus, the smell alone will kill me. Let me just check. It's the legend. Let me check this. Let me see if this thing works. Let me just unplug the What if it is Joey? It is Joey. Because he's not a main character here. He's in the first 10 minutes of the movie and then he disappears until the end of the film. Let me just check this. Damn it. I keep knocking things over today, man. I'm not blind or anything. I just want to see if this thing works. Let's see. It works fine. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. But I have to live in a room with no light, so hold on. Just leave it. I'll be back right back. I'm not going to pause the movie because it's just the filler scenes where he catches another kid that's not important to the plot. He's just another character that they just throw away. There's some characters they throw away here, but it's not a lot of them. It's just a couple. Kenny and Elizabeth are in most of the film. And Lady Hackmore, she's in most of the film too. Put these over here so that at least they can't fall. Oh. We're about 36 minutes in, so we're about a third of the way through. Yeah, to see Joey. The dialogue is easy to remember. Unlike some comedies today where I can't remember one joke in a movie that I saw this year. I like Spy Kids Armageddon, but it wasn't like I remember every bit of dialogue in there. I thought the kids were good. The kids and Zachary Levi and even Gina Rodriguez, they did fine. They weren't horrible. Two, actually. He just caught on the skateboard. Pods, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Mm-hmm. Just the kids. I'm not going to do a podcast tomorrow because... Yeah. She was so good, man. She just owns it. And unlike Maz from Force Awakens, she does something in this movie. That's a character they cast a good actress to play the CGI Yoda with goggles that does nothing. That's a story for another time, again, that we're never going to get to. Also, Halloween, I won't be doing a podcast because I'm going to be going out and get some candy. Oh, sure could use a rest. Maybe catch a movie on the cable. Again, now people just stream things. And then we got him. Take some aspirin because I still got a backache. He looks at the camera like Deadpool. Yeah, again, you're gonna hear that scream for days. Mm-hmm. And Captain Newton looks like her with that blonde hair. I can't wait to meet her. I love for what she does, man. That's cute. She kissed him on the cheek because it's a kids movie, you know, family film mostly because a lot of scary images for kids. This is when PG mattered. Now PG means it's an animated film or a live action film like Sonic, Detective Pikachu, or Sonic 2, something like that. That it's mostly catered to kids. There's a lot of inoffensive stuff. No offense. I miss him, man. I miss Barney and Eartha Kitt and some other actors here that that don't act anymore. Like this kid never did another big movie after this. It's sad that he didn't become like a Macaulay Culkin or even Elijah Wood or Sean Astin when he was a kid actor. Fake trolls. This is just a jump scare. And they're both fat kids. Yeah, plus size kids. You say now. She was look. She does look a lot like Catherine Newton. She does, yeah. Except her hair is longer. She was like the Catherine Newton of the '90s, because Catherine Newton wasn't even alive when this came out, because she's in her 20s now. So she was born in like '96, I think, or '97. And this is when a woman could look sexy with a haircut like that. Now they're lesbian. There's Spider Man, Josh. Spider Man's in the movie for like 2 seconds. And she does look like her. She also looks like Chloe Sevigny. She's a she's an independent actress that was in Boys Don't Cry. Man, Elizabeth's mom is hot. Some of the female parents in this movie, the moms are hot. Ringling Brothers. Yeah, people don't know how attractive some mothers are, especially when they take care of them. That Spider Man in the film, yes, Spidey. It's a little baby kid dressed up as Spider Man. He has a mask over his head and he has the costume and everything. Yeah, there's a lot of movies that have Spider Man in it and are not called Spider Verse or The Amazing Spider Man or whatever. Yeah, and they didn't have big budgets either. This movie didn't have a $200 million budget like the last live action Spider Man movie. I just called you Spidey because it's shorter, because the Spider Man Tobey Maguire fan chose one that's a long name. So you know who I'm talking about. The old, he's under the bed and then he's right next to her. If this was made today, it would have been forced pop culture references. Yeah, forced. And all these kids would have been a black, Asian, or Spanish, because that's what's going to make a movie better, isn't it? The diversity higher. No, it sucked in Hocus Pocus too. They get three girls and they have no personality, and they're not. I don't buy them as a family like the really Loud House or even the Loud House cartoon. You should have said that, Ernest. He got offended. He's like, "Why a bear trap? It's not going to catch the troll. They can't catch it. They have to kill it with milk and then with the unconditional love." So the puppy's like, I love that dog. That dog is so cute. Us. That's us. See my battery. 48%. Yeah. I'll make it because the movie's almost half done. At least I did a Christmas movie and a Halloween movie that I watch every year. I already did go Ernest Saves Christmas, so I don't have to do that one in December. I'll just watch it on Disney Plus. He goes to like a discount Walmart. That's a big supermarket too. There's the product placement in the movie. Yeah, you have Coca Cola, Bud Light, Hostess snack cakes. There's a Diet Coke, Sprite. A really loud house, Monster High. It's way more enjoyable than Hocus Pocus 2. It is Spidey because it didn't preach. They were enjoyable. They still are. Two. T. What Jimmy? You play for keeps. He turns this kid into a dog, Greg, who's not even in the film that much. Yeah, this is a creepy scene. Even as a kid, I thought this was creepy. Over here, Kenny, and then bam, I got you. Just like in the South Park, every time Kenny gets killed or badly hurt. But it was a joke because that's what the South Park guys wanted to. A kid that doesn't go gets hurt all the time or gets killed. You cannot escape. Time to join your little friend. See, I remember this troll's dialogue. What was the tell me in the chat what was the dialogue that the high evolutionary had? Him screaming and being over the top? Yeah. I remember that, but nothing else. Kenny, I'm right behind you. This is a small town. That's why there's a sheriff and not, cops. Dunkin' Donuts, yeah, there's a lot of product placement in this movie, but it's in the background. See, when you throw all your problems on one person, it's like Gremlins. Remember Gremlins? That there's a sheriff in town because it's a small town in the first Gremlins. I got to do the sequel, but I'll have to stream it somewhere on like Max or somewhere else. Let me see if they have it on Max still. Gremlins 2. I like that. That's a nice meta joke. You in the costume, watch out. Is it on Max? No, it's not on there. Know what I mean? The troll alert. We got him. No, you didn't. You got the two fat kids because they got in trouble. For Halloween, there's not a lot of people outside. I noticed because some of the kids went to the school, but yeah, that's not him. We did it, Ram Shot. We got him. No, you didn't. But those bullies did deserve that. The last two dolls are, let me see, you got Greg, the skateboarding kid, Elizabeth, and Joey. So the last one is the fat kid, Matt. Stealing all the children. Yeah. A troll you will never hear in a kid's movie today. Why? Because people are so sensitive. I'm like, I know you want to keep your kids safe, but you can't keep them safe 24 hours a day, guys. They have to take risks sometimes too, just not unnecessary risks. Not eating Tide Pods and licking toilets. That's being stupid. That's not the trolls. It's the mayor's kids. Yes, they say the word damn. This is in the 90s when they could say damn in a kids movie. Now they can't because it's a curse word. It's not a big curse word, but still. Daddy. Be a man. Stop crying like a little girl. That crying sounds like ADR. Sounds like an ADR cry. I'm here. Parents, it's their job to keep their shit safe. Yeah, but not 24 hours a day. Wait, what's it? And sickos out there. I know, Josh. You finally made it. 50 minutes in, and you get out of here. The acting's really good in this film for a '90s film that was not like a monster hit like like Home Alone. That poor kid, man. And he's the last one that they turn into a doll, but he doesn't need him to get his army because he gets the 5 kids he needs. Yeah, this is why Fantastic Beasts didn't have any children in it, Josh, because they were too scared of kids being in a darker environment. Because those movies were more adult, they were more uh, dramatic and they were more, dark. They were PG-13, all of them. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Like he rips his pants. Never been a quitter. I didn't know when to quit. Just ask my fourth grade teacher. This is funny, watch. They show Ernest from behind because they don't show that kid's face. They show that clip twice, by the way. These are the kids, yeah, that give me the most emotional scene in the movie at the end. Just 2 white kids and 2 black kids, even though one of them is her sister. It's a very emotional scene. Josh will get why I get emotional in this scene. Put it up a little bit because you could barely see me because the sun is brightly shining today. Hmm. This is basically Thanos. He needs all these stones. Here's kids to power up his gauntlet. Here it's to get kids to unleash his thing. It's kind of the same thing. It's a collectathon, like Thanos, except that movie's much longer than this and more dramatic. And it was a huge hit. I mean, it's a movie that has never been topped. When it comes to third movies, no movie in this decade has made that much money. The closest was No Way Home. They look just like Brussels sprout. This is the last movie with Rim shot because they would use a dog like that for Milo, and it's not the same dog, but it's a similar dog in The Mask. Hmm. And Sparky in some episodes of Full House because the Brussels sprouts will be eating them. And there's also a dog like that in Beethoven, the first Beethoven. It doesn't work. He's trying to kill Ernest. Christmas Day, Columbus Day, Columbus Day. You're gonna pay for the sins of your forefathers. He's not an idiot. There's the reason that it's a troll, Ernest, and not a like a Muppet. And again, this looks better than CGI. I do like the Trolls movies, but they're animated. I'm saying live action. Usually they put a troll as CGI or a leprechaun because people are too lazy to make practical effects now. See, he's trying to kill him. He's trying to cut him. He has a sword. That's why you never wave nunchucks in your face because it'll hurt. Yeah, troll contaminant. I am troll fighter number one. You saw the dog is driving the car. If you can't take this movie, if you can't go with this movie, I can understand. So they're going to be too ridiculous for some movies, but for some movie buffs. But I watch it every year, man. It's a Halloween tradition. I watch this and I got to do Nightmare Before Christmas probably next week before Comic Con. Roar. You hit him with the car and he still doesn't die. How could Ernest afford gas if he just lost his job? That's weird, right? Ah! Even his breath is dangerous. Wow. If Hollywood wants to do a comedy like this, they have two different tones at the same time. Yeah. Don't have two tones. Yeah, they can't have dark and funny at the same time unless it's a horror comedy. Because sometimes a movie's so dark that it's not funny. It's just mean spirited. I know. I learned that from experience. Hmm. He's caught in a barrel. Hold on. Two pages stuck together. Miak. Miak is not a real word, guys. It's a fake word. I looked it up in the dictionary. There's no Miak. It's made up. Like unobtainium. So there was a pumpkin, a corn, a stalk of corn. There's a clown there. So there's a flower pod, a pea in a pod. Mm-hmm. So there's a die. It's like a Care Bear. And yes, I can feel that love in this movie. And also, hey, Darius, I also felt the love in the really loud house. Like you can tell that this family loves each other so much. That's why the cartoon works. That's why the show works, the live action show, because you have the heart. When the heart is in a movie or a show, it's going to work, no matter what the box office results are or the viewership. You saw Dracula's like, "Talk to the hand, Trollos, I'm hurt for your life, Tro, Rolo, YOLO, hurt for your life, Trollo, Trollo." It's funny. This is a cartoon, but again, these movies know what they are. That looks like my friend Crystal. Yeah, there's a troll. We're in the third act of the movie now. It is a creepy costume. You shouldn't do that. You saw what happened to Draco Malfoy. He's the last kid. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna slap me like that? Gotcha." Matt. Yeah, Matt is the one. Mike is the other one. Yep, he even punched the mayor. This troll does not care, man. That kid does look terrified. Yeah. See? He does the Hulk Hogan pose. I've always thought that was funny. Oh, you saw that guy's face? So pretzels. Sayonara. I live in LA, Los Angeles, California now since for 2 months ago. Oh, good for you. You moved. So the time is different there. Right? Over there in California, it's still like 11 o'clock in the morning, right? Wait, no, it's like 10 in the morning over there. Miak. Miak. It's not real. It's milk or mink. That's also MI something K. It's not real. There's nothing in there, Ernest. He blows it away. You don't see that Miak again. Even as stupid as that word Miak is, at least it's memorable. He turns Rimshot into a wooden dog. Yeah. You saw ice cream. Yeah. Ice cream has milk in it. It's like, yeah, he runs away because if he gets touched with that, he burns. He blows up. Or they revert. They spin around. They have a seizure and then they turn into goop. And some people will say this movie's too dark for kids, and I get that. It's a troll stealing children, but it's tame compared to some of the movies you get now. Compared to like Saw X, which just came out, which is torture, and I don't like torture. Torture is not scary to me. It's just mean spirited. The score is good here. Yeah, see, now it's personal. And I told you guys in the episode 3 podcast I did a few years ago, the best fights in a movie are personal ones, whether there were two guys, two girls, or a guy and a girl. When it's a major fight and it's personal, it's some of the best entertainment you can get because there's some stakes, there's a connection. It's almost 11 o'clock. Yeah, some people need to be more positive now because, hey, people putting themselves down, you got to laugh. Maybe I'll give you guys a laugh from this podcast. Yeah, there's a Ruben from the last movie. He has a cameo here. He only has one line in this movie. Milk, yeah, milk, yeah. Good old fashioned milk, yeah. See, she has words of wisdom, unlike Maz or Maz, whatever, the little alien. She's a better character because she's a developed character. She's in it a lot. This could have easily been a write-off paycheck movie for Eartha Kitt for like would have been in screen for like 2 minutes. It wouldn't be a fleshed out character. What am I gonna call him? Splitter? These are the kids that join him in it. Yeah. What is the people that says talking about crappy movies on a dated motion? I don't know. I'm guilty of doing that sometimes. Yeah, they go to the store. Hmm. There's a skeleton, a pirate, uh, uh, a Dracula, vampire, and I don't know what the girl was dressed up as. I forgot. I'll get a second look. The kids actually do some fighting in the movie. They are part of the plot. They're not just background characters. And kids can sell a movie. The really loud house of the kids were pretty much carrying the film, most of them, and the teenagers, because they're the main character. The parents were in it too, but I'm saying they were the main characters, except for the kid that played Xander. He was terrible. He was just. Ugh. Yep. Now it's personal. That's not going to kill him, Ernest, because you have to kiss him. Yeah, I know, on the nose, not on the lips. The part with the mentioning putting myself down there with areas I'm in, I do that sometimes. I'm not going to put myself down because I'm not going to look down. I'm looking up. The year's almost over, and we got 2024 to come. And I know it's going to be better than this year. Anything will be better than this year. Anything. There's your big time Brussels sprouts. No, he dropped them. He should have put them in the truck. I'm watching A Nightmare on Elm Street. Which one? The first one? Uh-oh. Yep, they're going into the ground. To be honest, I'm not a big horror guy. I get it, Darius, but I have to do this because it's the month of horror. I like horror. I'm not obsessed with it like some other people are. I just do it for October because it's a tradition. Some of the trolls are female. It's not going to work, Ernest. No matter what you do, you're going to fail. Except when later when they find out that the milk kills them. Nope, that one looks like a cigar. The first Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah. Now we cut away to the kids going to the supermarket with bicycles, like ET. And even so super soakers. I had one of those when I was a kid. There's the milk. Yep, the dairy. Da, 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 da. Of course, they have to steal it because it's a kids movie. There's the checks. There's a lot of product placement. It's funny how Jimmy's only in 2 scenes in the movie, and yet you remember him because he's working in that supermarket by himself. That's a female that has breast. I still like horror. I just watch it on October too. Yeah, because I don't have a lot of horror on my walls. It's mostly superhero movies and sci-fi, and of course the Mario movie because I love that movie. Devour the humans. He does hurt the trolls. He doesn't kill them until he knows about the milk. Or truck. Yeah, I love. This troll hits him. Oh man, that troll came out of nowhere. It's like the ending of Gremlins, except instead of little aliens, they're trolls, and not from outer space. You saw this troll has nails on its nose, like, like the designs are pretty cool. We're almost done. An hour and 11 minutes. And they mix things up so not all the trolls get the same death. They're gonna blame this all on me. So there's a troll. No, they're good for practical effects. He hits him with ice. That troll has big, Madeline Petch lips. They're not aliens. And steps to the line. It looks like a tricky 10-10 split. Hush falls over the crowd. The famous whirl twist, the release, and he hurts him. I would have broken his head. He threw a bowling ball. You hit somebody with that, it's going to hurt them or kill them. When it hit him, it bounced off. It was a basketball. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's the same scene from earlier. Boom. This movie's a masterpiece compared to Ernest Goes in the Army. It's awful. I gave it a second shot after years of not watching it. I hate it. Bring me the head of Ernest P. Warwell. See, this is a villain, and they don't give him a redemption story. But wait, there's more. There's a princess who gets scared. I have to use a family's Netflix because it's too expensive for me. Yeah, I know it's expensive. I share it with my dad and my sister. Yep, he eats the bullets. Like, the Mask. They do this in the Mask. That's an idea they took in the Mask from this movie. Too fast for you. Too smart for you too. Gotcha. These effects still look amazing. They're practical and they're on screen. They're not CGI. If this was done today, these trolls would look like a bad CGI Asylum cartoon or like Avatar. He saves his dad, even though his dad doubted him the entire film. Oh yeah, that girl's a Supergirl. I think he's Supergirl, right? Yeah, it's a discount Supergirl, but yeah, it looks like It does. Yep, it works. It kills them, except for Trantor because he gets the super strength. Yep, dead. See, they show the bones and blood. It's a little bit of blood in the movie. Go get him, Kenny. Yeah, that's Supergirl. It looks like the Supergirl costume from the Flash. It's a redheaded Supergirl. Here's the pirate. See, I like that the kids are fighting back. They do something in the movie. They're not. It's not just Ernest by himself. Only streaming for me or my girlfriend pays for is Disney Plus. Yeah, I get it. I used to have Ernest in the Army on DVD, but I destroyed it a long time ago because of how funny. Yeah, I wish I could. It's just in a 3-pack with Ghost of Africa, so I have to keep it until I could get that. Yep, see, it kills them. If he spits in his face. Yep, he's Triple H now. Yeah, here comes his. This is like when Thanos snaps his fingers. When he gets the gauntlet full and snaps his fingers. You saw they're trying to kill that clown. I'm Batman. We came. We saw. We took the high ground. There's another character. Oh look, they're using those hook things. Here you go. Little trolls in China. Ooh, that did not age well. That line. Hairspray will fix anything. Uh, Again, why did you just take the camera and just leave, Tom? It has a breast. The entire That's So Raven cast, besides Raven, the dad, and Chelsea, lose their mind. I don't know, but I don't care because I'm not watching that new show. I have better things to watch in October and November and December. We're finished. I know. See, they hit him with yogurt. Yogurt has milk in it. Yeah. So there's Mike. Yeah. See, even one of the bullies gets to do it. Yeah, that's powdered milk. See, they killed him in different ways. Acme powdered milk. The dropper. The Doomsday Dropper. Oh no, not that. Yep, it's almost done, guys. We're an hour and 20 minutes. Those are just ghosts. It's like it looks like stop motion animation. It's not CGI though. It looks like animated. The ghosts that are in inside of him. Now milk can't kill him. The last two. Is ours. Yeah, this movie's funny, man. It still holds up in my view. Just that little trolls in China line, yeah, does not work because of how bad China's trying to screw us over because of the pandemic and also those flies that came. Enjoy living in hot weather for fresher from being in the cold for most of the life of Illinois and Canada. I get it, Darius. Now we're going to get to the the final act, emotional scene at the end. So if I tear up Josh, bear with me. It's not over yet. I know. I know, Eartha. Real fire. This is not CGI. Kenny, I told you, it's the legend. Mm-hmm. Tell me now, yeah. And this troll has a lot of dialogue in the movie. It's not like it says two words like the Predator. It has a personality, even though it's a really dark one. Yeah, Kenny turned into a doll, but he's only a doll for a couple minutes of the movie. The other kids were dolls for like most of the film, especially Joey. He was the first one, and that skater kid that we never saw again. He's not doesn't even have a name. He's just a skateboarding kid. And let me say this to all of you CGI animators out there and visual effects artists: long live practical effects. Look at this troll and tell me it wouldn't look better. That looks better than any CG. Yeah. Do you like Corey Feldman? Yeah, I've grown up with Corey Feldman's movies, not Goonies. I saw that years later, but I love him in Ninja Turtles and in the Goonies and Lost Boys. He's good. He could be a good actor. Long live practical effects and practical costumes. No, you die. No, that wouldn't happen to Jim Varney till 2000, unfortunately. You saw there's Red Riding Hood, Josh. It's a black woman. See, these characters, they're not the deepest characters of all time, but I get them. I understand who they are and what they are, and I get their motivations. Yeah. Yeah. I love this scene. This scene cracks me up, man. The music is the opening music, but it done like in an operatic sort of way. You know, This cracks me up, man. I love the music because they waltz with each other. It's hilarious. He should have killed them, but he doesn't. They're waltzing like Beauty and the Beast. It cracks me up because Ernest is like, and the troll's like, I'm gonna eat your head off. Oh, this movie cracks me up, man. You saw Earth the Kid. That was a genuine smile in the movie. He kisses him on the nose. Again, long-lived practical effects, man. He got snot all over his lips, and the troll blows up. Yep, it's a different death than the other trolls that just, had a seizure and just melted away. The movie's not over yet. It's a few more minutes left, but it's still enjoyable, man. So let me put this a little bit closer so you can see my face. You can see my face, right? There's Kenny. They get him back into humans. I got to go to work. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by, Darius. So you're always welcome. There's the kids. They're coming out. Elizabeth, Joey, Mike, or Matt, and Greg. It's a happy ending. It's got heart. It's got a ton of heart, especially when Ernest hugs his dog. I know, guys. This ending always gets me. I miss you, Eartha Kid, a lot. Yes, Josh, the black girl got me emotional because when she says Sister Francis, it hits me. Because I have a sister I love so much. Have a good day at work, Jessica. I miss you. I got some napkins right here. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, I got a little emotional because it hits me every time. Rim shot. Yeah. See, I can cry and nobody calls me a biatch, Josh, because I'm human, and this makes me feel something at the end. And that was Ernest Scared Stupid, one of my favorite Halloween movies of all time. See, on the other side, Eartha Kid, I miss you. That was enjoyable, a lot of fun, and a very emotional ending. And there's that awesome music at the end. I'm very happy I did this one because it always tears me up at the end. It's not the last Ernest movie. There were plenty of others after this, but this was the last one that I was emotionally, resonant with as a kid and especially as an adult. That scene just makes me cry every single time. And it's a character that was only in the beginning in a flashback and at the end because she sees her sister for the first time in years, and it's emotional. It's a very touching scene, and it's a way to use black people in a movie the right way with an emotional response. I get invested, and that's more than I can say for some films today. But thanks for watching, guys. Acknowledge me. See this movie if you haven't seen it. If it's been a while, and enjoy yourself this Halloween. In 4 weeks. Take care and take it easy, and see you in the next one.